Hello and welcome back to the Car Throttle Podcast, where Ethan, Jack and I read out your emails, act as your automotive agony uncles, and discuss opinione impopolare.
That's the best one yet, I think.
Operatic.
Was that Italian?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I know.
A bit like Eat it next.
You impressed?
I'm impressed.
Hey up, Danny DC2. How's it going,
Hey
bastard?
up. They're going to introduce me.
Aye, Danny DC2's back. He's driven all the way from north.
Yep.
He's come back. Hey up.
Hey up.
How do, pal?
Yeah, good, thank you. Thanks for having me again.
You're very welcome.
Nice to see you all.
Yeah, you have invoiced him, haven't you, Jack?
Yeah, I'll send another one.
Okay, perfect. Anyway, before we have a chat with Danny, this episode is sponsored by our friends at Biocar, where within a few clicks, you can order a new car at the best prices or affordable finance deals. What's more, Car Throttle fans will receive £150 off the price of any used car. All you need to do is enter your details to activate the offer and find your perfect car from the comfort of your own home. Check in the description below for more details. Anyway, as you might have noticed, this week we're joined again by Danny DC2 Bastard.
Now then.
Yeah.
How are you doing?
Yeah, not too bad. What have you been up to, Danny?
What have I been up to? Well, I've been struggling with my MR2 again,
Oh.
actually. Yeah, because as you know, your viewers might not know, I race an MR2.
Wow.
I'm a race driver.
How do you do race driving?
With my hands and feet.
No, not how do. How do you do it? Like, I mean, how are you doing in the championship?
Oh, not so well, to be honest. It's completely new to me. I've never raced before. Never thought I'd actually be racing on the
Couple
grid.
of racing drivers.
But
You know,
now-
You're retired.
I'm
though.
retired.
You're retired.
Yeah,
so it's
yeah.
nice to have a current racing driver.
Yeah.
It's tough. It's tough though, man. It's tough. So I'm in a series where everyone's kind of really regulated. So long story short, it's been tough. I've not been as competitive as what I would have liked to be, but I mean, I've built the car myself. I set it up myself, and I'm getting better each time, I think. So, but yeah, my MR2's always giving me some grief.
And what are you doing to kind of combat being lower down in the ranks?
Well, I mean, I'm a little bit overweight, so as I was telling you a lot earlier, I'm trying to lose a bit of weight myself.
You said 104 kilos before. That's a lot.
I was
It's a lot of
104
kilograms.
kilos,
Yeah.
in February this year.
It's 104 bags of sugar.
It's a lot of sugar.
It is a lot of sugar.
That's pretty sweet. isn't it?
You like it like that, don't you? Very sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah. The more bags of sugar, the better for you, isn't it? Oh.
But yeah, I mean, I've lost some weight from myself, and then trying to lose a little bit more. There's not much else I can do with the car though. I've already stripped it out, lightweight and all that stuff. But yeah, I'm also like the big win, which I'm hoping for. I'm on the dyno in a couple of weeks. We're going to be testing some air intake setups because you can't tune the ECU. You can only run certain stuff. But apparently, these Toyotas are very particular about the MAF housing on it.
Okay.
And I've got some proper ghetto shit going on.
Do you?
Oh yeah,
Oh.
I've got some proper nasty intake on mine. So
Alright, I'm sorry, Ethan, just remind us, MAF.
It's the mass airflow, isn't it?
Thank you very much. Thank you. Yeah.
damn it, well done. So yeah, I'm hoping that I'll. We're going to do some testing on the dyno anyway, and hopefully I'll find some magic ponies because I'm just a bit slower than everyone else in the straight. But yeah, it's coming together and it's good fun. It's great to be out there on the grid. Yeah, it's really good.
Nice, awesome. And you kind of follow your racing adventures on the channel as well?
Yeah. So I document like what I'm doing with the car, and I didn't do so much at the start. I was kind of staying away from it a little bit, but now I do every race. And if I'm fixing anything on the car, I'm trying to improve anything, I'll do a video with the MR2, just struggling my ass off, trying to get stuff done. But it's good because I'm learning along the way, and I think a lot of people enjoy watching it. And it's a journey, and a lot of people are enjoying watching me get that bit faster every time, hopefully, and doing a bit better. And I say hopefully one day we'll be at the top of the grid.
Yeah.
We should get you doing some driving for us because it'd be nice to have a proper driver. Wouldn't it?
That's a really good
we-
idea. Yeah.
You're out of the game. You're retired, so
Yeah, but once a racing driver, always a racing driver.
Nah.
I'm back in.
Your time's
I'm
just
back
slipping.
Are you coming out of retirement?
I'm coming out of
Is this
retirement.
the announcement podcast?
This is the announcement. I'm back in the race.
What?
Danny, you're
Enduro
done.
car again?
You're done.
Oh, well, I had my opportunity and it's gone now. So.
Get back on the carbs. I want to see you at 110 kilos next time.
No, we should definitely do this race with the MX-5 though. I think that's
Yeah. You were saying earlier that your MX-5 is faster than an M3.
Depends
Yeah.
on his driving,
In a-
Alex
is it in
thinks
a
his
straight
MX-5
line? In a
is
straight-
faster than
any
an
line.
E46.
Any line. Up to a certain point.
What point? What point?
10 miles an hour.
Yeah, 10 miles an hour. I'll beat you to 10 miles an hour, guaranteed.
All right, we'll race.
Pink slips. To 10
to
miles
10
an hour.
mile an hour.
Yeah.
Why are you so confident? I'm worried.
It throws you off.
Is it got an electric motor or something you're not telling me about?
I don't know. I mean, if you don't want to race, I mean, one racing driver to another. It's fine. It's fine. I get it.
We need to settle this.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, if you need a driver, you know where I am.
Yeah, we'll give you
No,
a
we're over that bit. We're over that bit. I am the one who drives. Anyway, as for me, I've been looking at Fiat Coupe 2012 Turbos. Oh,
here
shut
we
up.
go, here we
Well, remember when we were at Bruno's, BDS Motorsport?
Yeah.
There was one like under this cover and it looked really sad. And I phoned Bruno when he went out to get us all coffees. Thanks very much. And I said, Bruno, there's a really like rough looking 2012 coupe. Who owns it? I want to give him $1,000. And he was like, hey man, that's my car. I can't. Where's he from? Portugal. I can't do a Portuguese accent.
Yeah.
But he was like, no, that's my car. I really love it. I've always loved them. I've always coveted them. I was like, shit. So
It's his dream
so
car.
have
or
I.
something,
Yeah, it was
wasn't
a dream car. And I was like, I'll give you $1,000. He was like, no.
Good
He
offer.
didn't go for that.
Good
He,
offer.
he didn't go for that. No. But he's got a little bit more to do on that. Anyway, on my mum's road, I've mentioned this about 10 times. There's a red one, completely standard. And whenever I walk Maisie to mum's place to drop her off, it's always there. Just looking pretty.
You
Always.
need to put the letter in the door.
Do you give the door a little try? See if it's been left unlocked.
No, but what I have done is just walk past with a key. Like, oh no, there's another 500 quid off. Joking. Can you imagine though? That'd be shitty.
2 keys.
Two key, yeah, duh. But I think I might have to put a letter on the windscreen at some point.
Yeah.
I'm surprised you haven't.
I know.
1,100 quid.
Yeah, no, part of me thinks if she says yeah, then I'll buy it, and then I'll be like, oh shit, I got another car that I don't need.
But you'll lose interest in a few months and then sell it, so don't worry.
Yeah, true. So maybe I should do it.
Yeah, definitely.
I've watched that car for like 15 years.
Like a
Have you-
predator.
Yeah. Have you got like any of those cars in your area where you like that person's owned it for like 15, 20 years? I want to own it one day.
Actually, yeah. But I probably wouldn't own it now. But there's a green E30 Touring. And it's a 316 of all things. But I see this old guy driving it so much. And I'm like, you're going to die soon. So what's going to happen to that car?
Wow,
Yeah,
dark.
But I mean, one day.
Do you say that as like a threat to him? You're gonna die soon. Give me your car.
Yeah, that was the first one that came to mind, really.
That would be cool though to get because he
dead
probably
man's
doesn't
car.
put much. A dead man's car. He probably doesn't know how much that's worth. Like if you said, "Hey, pass, I'll give you $1,000," he'd be
You're
like,
just that's
Yeah.
you're
200
very
quid.
presumptuous. He might do. He might have helped design that car for all you know.
"No, I think the guy who did that is dead. Is he dead? I don't know. German guy. Is he German?
He's probably German.
Yeah. Is he German? The guy who drives it? Does he look
don't
German?
know.
Is it left-hand
Does
drive
he look
car?
German? I don't know. I ain't got close enough yet.
There you go.
It's-
So Ethan, no, stop trying to be smart. All right.
At least I'm not being rude.
I'm not being. Anyway, that's what I've been up to. Just looking at a car that I'll probably never own.
Just do it.
Well, you will, but then you'll sell it.
Yeah. Then I'll get bored. Jack, what about you?
Nothing major to report. I did, however, I've had a hard top on my MX-5 for a little while, and I bolted it down properly this weekend, and I took it out. I really wasn't expecting it to make much of a difference, but huge difference.
Huge.
It feels solid.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, like, I'm really impressed with what that hard top's doing.
It's crazy what a difference an hard top can make. I had the same on my MR2. Like I used to have a road car as well, and took the hard top off one day, went for a drive, and it was just wobbling all over the shop, man. It felt so different, but yeah, it makes a massive difference, doesn't it?
Yeah, it feels way more dialed in. It needs a good alignment, but it
Needs a good driver.
yeah. Danny,
If you want, I'm here.
no.
Come on, we're friends.
But yeah, so that's what I've been up to.
You know what you should also get is the door stops, solid door stops.
Yeah.
That's
Okay.
good.
And
Nice.
it's got me thinking that maybe door bars would that
Well,
add a bit of rigidity.
Yeah, I mean,
to
it
my
will add
situation?
rigidity, but I don't know if it really does. I mean, it'll make it a little bit safer, but your legs are actually a lot longer than mine as well, so you might struggle for size. Maybe you should have a seat and fill.
Okay,
Yeah, and then see. Because for me, it's all right because I have children's legs.
you've got all the Quitwood interior as well, though. Like
That's all just fake though. So it's from carbon miata,
but it
it's
takes up space. It feels smaller in yours because of it. Of the
yeah,
Quitwood.
maybe. It's just plush, isn't it? It's just luxe,
Plush in it.
isn't it? Yeah.
Can you get the underbody braces for the MX-5?
Yeah.
They make a massive difference on the MR2s.
Yeah, I might have to look into
I was
that
going to
as
ask you about those because I've actually got all the underbody braces from a guy in Holland
Oh, really?
because we have an MR2
Oh, do you?
that we bought for £100. He's currently parked outside Gareth's place because he lives opposite a school.
It's basically a bollard.
It's a bollard. So yeah, he just doesn't
right.
want people parking. Easy. I know where your mind was wandering.
You mentioned the school.
That's actually illegal in the south, by the way.
Oh, right.
So yeah, we might be doing something with that. But I've got all the underbody bracing in my garage at the moment. Not doing anything.
Well, I'm actually not allowed to run any of it in the championship.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
We're proper strict on what you can do.
Yeah, because my car came with it and I had to take it off.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, you're not allowed to run. Yeah, the rules are so tight. Yeah, with the racing.
Does someone come round looking underneath the cars? And stuff?
Well, they scrutiny the cars before the racing. So, yeah, it's got to be.
And they like test all the weights and stuff at the end. So.
Yeah. So after a race, a random group of cars will get weighed every time, and it's the weights with you in it, so all the gear and all that.
Oh, yeah. That's what used to happen to me when I used to be in the championship as well.
Very scrutinised.
When I was racing driver. Yeah. So,
Is that KA series?
Doesn't matter. It's still a race car.
I guess, yeah.
Yeah.
Enduro car.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah. One and done.
Yeah. Not one.
Not one.
11th.
Lost and done.
Yeah.
11th and done.
11th and done. Anyway, Ethan, what about you? What have you been up to?
I've been doing my decking over the past few weeks.
Oh, on your car?
Yeah, bring it back to cars.
On my car? Yeah. All right.
How did the decking get to your house?
Very good question, actually. Well, some
By
of
boat.
it. By boat. Yeah. Carrier pigeon. Some of it went in the Karoq.
Oh.
Then I had the transition. I've got the Octavia now. And so the actual timber frame was in the Karoq. The deck boards I did in the Octavia. So the deck boards I bought were 3.2 meters long.
Oh, that's long, that is.
That is long. Delivery everywhere around me is 10 days for wood.
No.
I needed it.
Yeah, ASAP.
That's getting back to my house.
Yeah.
It's about 2.8 meters from the windscreen all the way to the back of the boot in the Octavia. It's about 30 centimeters more than
Please.
the Karoq.
Tell me that you opened the passenger side window and you went diagonal.
Didn't.
Oh, come on.
There was a lot of deck boards.
Yeah.
There was like 20 deck boards.
That won't work.
No,
Don't do
I did
that.
have to do 2 trips.
So what'd you do?
Went out the boot and I had them just coming straight out, but checked the laws and stuff, and you can do that. And then I put high vis on to mark it. Ratcheted them in. So
Well, where did you ratchet them to?
Him.
Right, I ratcheted round
His neck. His leg.
I ratcheted
Third leg.
them all together.
The
Yeah.
shifter.
So they were one mass.
Yeah.
And then I ratcheted a ratchet through one round seats.
Oh, okay.
Um,
Cool, you did it properly.
I did it.
What I
did it
usually
properly,
do
yeah.
is just put them in, leave the boot open, and just drive home really carefully.
Yeah, a bit of that. There was this guy, you know, when you go to some of these like timber yards or
Oh, yeah.
places, and you get some like tradesmen who just think they're all like the bitty big bollocks. And,
Blokes.
yeah, exactly.
The cool
yeah.
kids. You're like the unpopular kid. That's what you aspire to be.
Well, that one carpenter walked past, just looked in and went, wishful thinking.
Oh, Bellend!
Shit, well, I got it all back to my house.
Yeah,
Off.
yeah, yeah.
I've done the deck. I just need to paint it.
Oh,
So pleased with that.
How are you
But
going to collect the paint? No, in a car?
I have the paint.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Took the Octavia.
How'd you strap that in?
What I did is I pressed
Emptied
the
it all
button,
into your boot.
boot
Yeah.
itself,
yeah.
of course. And I placed it in the boot.
Wow.
Button,
Yeah. Wow.
close.
It didn't, did it?
It did it itself.
Wow. Yeah. Wow.
I'm not going to do that.
No.
That's fancy.
Drove it home.
And then got your wife to take the paint out of the boot.
So yeah, no, I'm pleased with it. That's a big job done for the garden.
Very good.
Octavia, good for carrying wood.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It's a nice little note for people.
That's important information, that.
I also.
Oh.
Can I have my section now?
Yeah.
Can I do that like straight away?
Well, that's
Yeah,
what the script
'cause I
says.
Brilliant, Jack.
Yeah.
You
That's what
spoiled the illusion.
that's what I've actually instructed you to do. These guys are like puppets on my string.
No, do you know what I realised? I'm sorry, you were looking at me. I was like, do I need to? Oh,
Yeah.
it's
Oh, it's
my
me.
bit
It's
now.
me. Yeah. Daddy wants me to talk now.
Let's cut all that, and then we'll make it look like.
Yeah.
I've got a new section. No, a section for me.
Okay.
Okay.
As per the script.
Yes.
Yes.
So last couple of weeks I've talked about some paradoxes and some interesting thought-provoking ideas. I've got one. This one's been sent in by Aidan. This is quite interesting. So this isn't my work. This is Aidan's work.
Yeah. Just rewind. Like, what's he on about first?
Well, he is asking, when is a car a car?
Because you asked that, didn't you? With the whole grain of sand stuff.
Oh, yes, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah. The heap of sand and Oh, I can't remember now.
It was you have a heap of sand and you take away 1 grain of sand, it's still a heap.
That's
but
it,
at what
yeah.
point does it stop being a heap of sand?
Yeah.
Is it a single grain? And then we applied it to cars. When does a car stop being a car if you take parts away?
Yes.
There you go.
Wow, that's very concise, Jack.
Yeah.
I'm impressed. Actually paying
I
attention.
just want to wrap this up. So
Yeah.
Well, Aidan has put this into data,
Okay.
like hard figures.
We've got a
So-
spreadsheet, and you
yeah.
love spreadsheets.
I love a spreadsheet, yeah. Following on from last week. So buckle in, Danny. Things are about to get wild here.
Jesus.
Hello all who are sat around the podcast table. So I have some very basic thoughts on what is or isn't a car. I've attached a picture of a spreadsheet I made because I needed answers.
The whole picture thing doesn't really translate
No.
on Spotify and Apple.
Flick to the YouTube for it.
Yeah.
Just to watch this bit.
Yeah.
Now, I've made the parameters extremely simple by only including chassis, wheels, bodywork, interior trim, and engine. I haven't included stuff like the gearbox or suspension, but I guess you can lump them in with engine and wheels, respectively, if you wanted. My findings, you need at least 3 of the things in my graph for it to be a car, although there is one exception to the rule of 3, which is without interior trim and an engine, it's just a rolling shell.
Oh.
Without a chassis, the other car parts can't make up the car, even if you had everything but the chassis. Everything else would just be random bits of crap cluttering your garage floor. That section is made bold. Have a look at the spreadsheet and let me know what you think. And if you agree with the very simple parameters I set, it's a far from perfect depiction and relies completely on my opinion. But I reckon it holds water. Cheers, Aidan. Now, I'll try and describe this.
My head hurts just looking at it.
Spreadsheet, because I have deciphered it. So essentially, on the top row, he's got chassis, yes or no, wheels, yes or no, bodywork, yes or no, interior, engine, yes or no, blah, blah, blah. And then the right column determines if these make up a car when pulled together.
Yeah.
So line by line, he has marked yes or no for each column.
Can we go through every single option?
Yeah, there is every iteration. Would you like us to go?
Yeah, can we start? Yeah.
I would really
How long is
enjoy
Uh,
this podcast going to be? How many weeks is this podcast going to be?
Shall I? I'll take an
pretty extensive,
example
isn't
of
it?
a no.
There must be like thousands of iterations here, right?
There's a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go, yeah, do one example.
Okay, so I will take an example of no, it's not a car.
Yeah.
Yes, it has a chassis, but it doesn't have wheels, doesn't have bodywork, doesn't have interior, but it does have an engine.
It's
But
my
that,
Integra.
that does not make up a car.
So that's not a car.
Yeah, it's
It's not a car.
no.
It's a bag of pile of parts and rust.
There we go. So you agree with that one?
Yeah, I think he's on the money there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Another one.
So it checks out. The spreadsheet does check out.
Let's do one more and just try and catch
So
Danny out.
An example of it, if it is a car, would you like that?
Yeah.
So it does have a chassis, does have wheels, does have bodywork, does have interior trim, but it doesn't have an engine. But he's marked it as, yes, it is a car.
With no engine.
Do we agree with his theory here?
It's got everything except an engine. Is it a car?
Yes.
Checks out.
Well done, Aidan.
Checks out.
You've cracked it.
Jack, do you agree with that? No engine? I'm pretty sure you said if it doesn't have an engine, it's
I
not
was
a car.
saying if it doesn't run.
Well, not all cars have engines, though, do they?
True.
Depends what you define an engine as.
Yeah.
Oh.
Let's go to a whole nother. We need a whole other spreadsheet for
Yeah,
that.
we're gonna add some more columns in here, Aidan. There's not
Aidan,
enough
can
data.
you update, please? Because we've
Just
already picked holes in it.
Scrap all that
Yeah.
and then start again.
But fair play, Aidan. This actually pretty much does check out.
Yeah. There we go. So if you need to know what is and isn't a car, you can refer to Aidan.
I think, though, the first column, chassis, yes or no, I think if it doesn't have a chassis, it's never going to be a car. So I think that's pointless.
Does he think
He
the
does.
same?
He does say that. He does.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's in there. That checks out.
All right.
We
Yeah,
can't
let him
confirm.
off.
Yeah.
All right. I was never very good at looking at spreadsheets. Anyway, should we move on?
Yeah.
Should we go to a Grinds My Gears that's been submitted by John? Danny DC2, do you want to read this out?
Want me to read out an email?
Yeah, do you want to do it? Go for
Let
that?
me just practice my car throttle voice.
Yeah.
Hello.
Hi, fellas.
Hello, fellas. How are thou?
Right. Hi, fellas. I have a grinds me gears for you, which is about cyclists.
Oh.
Now, before we carry on,
hello.
I am a cyclist.
Are you?
I am a cyclist,
Oh,
yeah.
like lycra cyclist?
No, not that daft.
Okay.
Just, I do ride bikes and I do see how cars treat bikers, the cyclists.
Do you
not
ride
bikers.
road bikes or mountain bikes?
Both.
Really?
Yeah. Mm.
Christ.
So, just letting you know, John, before I carry on.
Yeah.
Um,
You could be in big trouble, pal.
As drivers, we have to give them plenty of space when overtaking. But when you're queuing or slowing for traffic, more often than not, they will come alongside your car. Yeah, fair enough, they will. I will.
So what, dickhead?
Yeah. If you then set off again, you're now technically put in a legal position of being very close alongside a cyclist, which puts them at risk. Kinda.
Yeah. You agree with him so far?
Yeah,
Yeah.
kinda.
Yeah.
Yeah. To combat this, I've started moving my car over to the left at the lights. Hang on. He's trying to block the cyclist.
Yeah,
isn't
he is cock blocking you.
He's
You're
trying to-
kind, you're folk.
He's trying to block my cycle path.
Yeah,
isn't he?
he is, yeah.
I'll just go on right, mate. I'm not bothered. Block left all you want. Right? To combat this, I've started moving over to the left at lights because I'd rather not have my wing mirror taken off or put in a position that is against the law. Is this a dick move? John from Newcastle. Yes, John, it is. I don't think we have to discuss that much further. Thanks for your input. But I mean, what do you guys think? It's your podcast,
I think I'm with you. Yeah, I don't think you can be doing that. You don't own the road.
No, I think yeah, moving to the left is a dickhead move. What do I do it? Maybe I do it a little bit. I don't know. I just don't like when you're driving slowly and then you're overtaking, being undertaken, and overtaking and undertaking. That's annoying. So if I think if we're coming up to traffic lights, I will give them space because they will always have right of way and they've got, they can get past you. But if we're driving, maybe I'll encourage them not to undertake me again. Because if I have to swerve for a moped or something that's coming the other direction that's in my side of the road, I'm going to knock you off. I'm not going to feel bad.
No, that's fair enough. I won't feel bad
especially
about
if I
knocking me
knock you off. Yeah.
But I think it's best for car drivers to just drive normally and do give cyclists space by all means, but don't be thinking you've got to change too much for them. I mean, the cyclist's going to be way more aware of what's going on the road than you in your glass bubble. Because, we're out there on the main streets on our bicycles, right? And we see cars. As a cyclist, you know what's going on. You don't have to really... But don't be blocking people off, because that's just definitely a dick
that
move.
is daft, isn't it?
Yeah.
What about you guys? Jack?
I find cyclists, I don't know, this is probably a really unpopular opinion, but I find cyclists really dangerous on the road. Yeah. But I might be biased because I failed my first practical driving test because of some pisshead on a bike.
Really?
Yeah, swerving all over the road, and then the instructor didn't like how I dealt with him.
He didn't like how you hit him.
Yeah. But you know what I mean? Like,
well, Jack, what did you do wrong there?
Let's get flashbacks. So I can see this is a dick move. Obviously, this is. I think this is shitty, but I do sort of think that cyclists are dangerous. That's just my bit.
The problem with cyclists as well is not all of them are drivers. Like, you don't have to have a driving license or anything, or even be a race driver like me.
Wow.
I mean, like us.
Like us, sorry, yeah. Of course.
We can cut this short right now. You can go home if you want.
But no, like, they don't, might not necessarily know. They should do, right? And it's probably these people that are the dangerous ones, I think. Because, when you're cycling, your road sense is there because you're out in the wild, You're there. We're getting spiritual now.
Just like being on a motorbike as well.
Yeah, exactly.
You are so much more aware.
Like being
Again, terribly dangerous.
I just think cyclists don't have a lot of room already, and they've got a lot to think about. They don't need cars doing unnecessary manoeuvres to restrict them even more.
Can't we just chuck them on the pavement? Can't they just go on the pavement?
Oh, I get so angry when there's cyclists on pavements.
Yeah.
I will literally not move out of their way. Unless, it's... I don't know how.
Unless they're a child.
Yeah, a child or like a family going really slowly. But if it's like a bloke who's my age, usually if it's blokes.
Like 50 odd.
Yeah.
60.
If it's a bloke who's like my age. Actually, no, if it's any man, I won't move out of the way. Because I can have a go at them and I don't feel bad. And I'll be like, firstly, wear a helmet. Secondly, get on the road, or thirdly, if it's usually on that road that I'm on, there's a cycle path opposite, like a big old cycle path opposite, and it pisses me off. So,
Do you get really wound up when they don't use the cycle paths?
yeah.
Yeah, because we don't really have them up north, to be honest.
Do you not?
No. But I see.
Just now got paths.
We've just got we've just got the bricks down now. Yeah.
Are they all cobbled streets up there still?
Oh yeah, of course they are.
I suppose you got to avoid all the horses and stuff. Yeah. Jeez, it's dangerous. Dangerous up north. Winter is coming. Should we move on?
Yes.
So, what do we say about cyclists? Dicks. Just cyclists are dicks.
I don't think
No,
Don't be a
that's what
cyclist.
we were saying.
This guy's a dick and cyclists are dicks.
Yes, everyone's a dick.
Everyone's a dick.
Yeah.
That'll do.
Anyway, let's move it on to a story from Ian, and the title is "Valuable Lessons from my Early Driving Days." Firstly, can I say that I'm loving the podcast? Yes, you can. Thank you very much. It's become a real highlight of Monday evenings for me. Anyway, on to my story. In the late 80s...
Ladies.
Yeah. No, go on, Jack.
No,
Have your fun. Have your fun.
No, we'll wait till you get a little deeper, then I'll pull you up on it.
In the late 80s, I was a fresh-faced, cocky new driver and the proud owner of the fastest car on the planet. Go on, Jack.
How old are you? You wouldn't have been fresh-faced, would you? You'd have been wrinkly-faced at that point.
You were probably retiring then, weren't you?
From racing.
All right, crack on.
In the late 80s, I was a fresh-faced, cocky new driver and the proud owner of the fastest car on the planet, a silver blue Renault 9 TLE. During one of the many weekend barroom coaching sessions we used to find ourselves in, a conversation around the use of left foot braking in competitive driving was struck up, and as a self-proclaimed helmsman, I vowed to myself that I too would become a left foot braker. Such an opportunity arose about a week later when I reached a fairly straight section of road with no other cars in front of me. With my feet suitably arranged on the pedals, I went for it, stabbing the throttle while simultaneously pressing hard down on the brake. Naturally, the car slowed rapidly and I needed to do something about that, so in an effort to regain control, I put the clutch hard to the floor. Given that my usual clutch foot was now on the brake, the situation rapidly deteriorated, with the car screeching to a halt in a thick cloud of smoke that had, shortly before, been my new Firestone tyres. Now firmly back in the real world, I was aware that the following vehicle was now slowing to a controlled halt behind me, and so was the one behind him, and the one behind that, and so on, meaning that I had suddenly become the reason for a traffic jam on an empty road. Desperate to save face, I slipped the car into neutral, got out and pushed it to the side of the road, where I raised the bonnet and stared into the depth of the engine bay with a perplexed expression. I stood like this for a good 5 minutes until I was sure that any first-hand spectators would have passed. That was a valuable learning experience for me, and I vowed never to do it again, to try practicing new techniques on the road that I had simply read about in a magazine. So I would say to any new driver that although we have ready access to a huge number of instructional videos online these days, the net result of practicing something you've not already tried for yourself will probably turn out the same. If you want to be a rally driver, go to a rally school, and if you want to learn fast cornering, that's probably done on a track day. Thanks again for all the podcast, gents. Love the channel and genuinely appreciate the great content you guys put out for us. Best regards, Ian. Thoughts on this? Left foot braking, also trying to save face. Very funny story, isn't it?
Yeah.
You up monumentally and you're like, how am I going to save face? I'll just pull over, pretend I've broken down.
Yeah, I like that.
Is that what he did? Did he just? Yeah, so I was trying to follow. So he tried to left foot brake, and then for some reason he's pulling over. Why did he not just keep going?
Because he screeched to a halt and then caused a massive traffic jam.
So he was like, "Oh, sorry guys, something must be broken."
Yeah, it can't be me.
He
It
did
must
a
be
U
the
on the
car.
Nürburgring.
Oh right, yeah.
He went too fast through that corner.
He must have done, yeah.
And then he took an angle grinder to the straps of his fuel tank.
He was in a Renault as well.
It was in a row. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Left foot braking. Do you do it?
I've recently started doing a bit of left foot braking.
Yeah?
I twigged on when he started speaking about it. It's good. I really enjoy it. You get a lot more. Well, you feel like a boss, obviously, when you do it. That's the main thing.
Is that the main benefit?
Yeah, of course. But I mean, I was drifting last week and was able to implement it there as well, which I'd not done before. And yeah, it's a real good skill to have. And, I learn on the road, so... Well,
No. Legally,
yeah. I mean,
you don't learn on the road. Private road.
Hang on, if you get an automatic car though, then you can get that muscle memory going. And that's how you should start. I think it's a safe way to start.
So if you want to learn, buy an automatic first.
Yeah.
On your private road.
Just do what I did and go to buy a car you thought was a manual, and then be 4 hours away from home in Essex.
Yeah.
and then you have to buy it anyway.
Oh,
No way, really?
Volvo T5, yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I thought it was a manual.
Did you not look at the pictures?
No, not really.
Or
I
read the description?
I didn't even think there would have been. No, it was off some guy off Twitter. It was a Twitter follower.
Oh, really?
And he was like, "Oh, I've got this Volvo here because I needed a car. I had this E36 Touring, which ended up being a proper bag of crap. And I went to Glasgow for that the weekend before.
Oh,
So
no,
I
isn't
was
that like 5 miles away from you?
No,
Oh, okay.
it's up to north even more.
Is it?
Yeah, yeah.
Bloody old bastard.
So I had this car and it were a rusty bag of crap, and he said, "Oh, I've got this here if you want it just to get about in." So I was like, "All right, yeah." And I went down and I was like, "What the f-?" I'd never owned an automatic car before, but I really wanted this Volvo T5 because, you know, old school V70
Yeah.
T5. And it was like the 99 shape, you know, where it looked like an 850, looked like the touring car.
Yeah.
And I ended up absolutely loving the 4-speed automatic
Oh.
I had. And I learned to get the muscle memory going. So yeah, left foot braking's great. And I've started trying to use that, not so much in racing at the minute, but you know, I think there's a case for it. So I just need to be a bit more confident with it.
Yeah.
Because when you're racing, obviously you're just trying to go fast. You're not thinking, "Oh, let's do this dancing feet." You know, dancing feet.
You left foot brake
it's great.
as well, don't you, when you're racing? Or did when you did?
I think I actually tried it for a little while and I was like, nah, it's not for me. It's not for me.
You're quicker with the right foot, aren't you?
Yeah. I'm actually, I think on one of my first outings, I actually ended up snapping a drive shaft on the KA because I was heel towing just too aggressively.
What?
Yeah, I was just like slowing down way too hard using the gearing.
I thought you were called Twinkle Toes in the car.
No, that was him. We called him
yeah,
Twinkle
yeah.
Toes.
Why was I called Twinkle Toes?
Because when you were
well,
shooting
using
some
the-
footage,
using the
and you were
gimbal,
just
yeah.
there with your little Twinkle Toes.
So you can't hear me in the footage.
Yeah. But yeah, I haven't done a lot of left foot braking. I've tried it a few times on the road as well.
Yeah.
It doesn't end well,
No, it's not good,
especially
is
for the guy behind.
Well, he was driving too close to you then.
He was. Yeah. But yeah, very good story and a lesson. If you want to learn roadcraft, do it in a sensible place.
Ethan, you ever left foot brakes?
By accident. Yeah. Again, I think when automatics came on the scene in my life, I think that's when.
Oh, you went for the clutch.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I remember letting my friend drive the Wagoner when I had the automatic one, and I was just letting her have a go, and I didn't even think to tell her about that it was an automatic. She went straight away, slammed on.
Oh wow!
Like 20. And you're like,
Jesus, yeah.
You should be able to work that out though, right? That it's an automatic. By looking at the shifter.
oh, but yeah, I didn't really. Sorry, sort of say. Oh yeah, just use your right foot. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Which I should have done.
Yes.
Yeah.
Very bad friend.
Yes.
What about you? Left foot brake? You ever do
Yeah, I've dabbled in stuff. Back when I had the GTI, I'd try it on the road, but
Does that explain
That's
it?
not the reason.
That's the reason.
That doesn't explain it. And a bit of hill toe as well. Like I was trying to learn that on private roads.
What GTI we're talking about?
A Mark V GTI that I had. I don't know if you might not know.
Glad you asked, Danny.
Yeah.
It got written off by Royal Mail actually.
By Royal Mail?
Yeah. What are you?
The Royal Mail?
Yeah, the Royal Mail.
Wow.
I've got a video to show you.
They've
later.
not been the same since it went privatised.
No, they haven't. They really haven't. But I'll show you later. It's quite horrific.
Oh, you got it on camera?
Yeah, like, I think everyone does.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
The Daily Mail have it. On
Ellie
camera.
Golding was there as well.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yeah. It was, I was like the last viral thing of 2019.
You were big time.
Yeah. I'll show you later.
All right, sounds good.
Yeah.
So you were left foot braking and then suddenly...
Yeah.
If anyone doesn't know what we're talking about, just Google Jack Joy Royal Mail.
Yeah.
Don't.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Or do.
All day. Yeah. Shall we move on from this?
Yeah. We've got to grind my gears.
We do. Do
Yeah.
you want to go? Do you go for it?
Yeah. This is from Tim. He says, "Hi guys, loving the podcast. It helps those dreaded Mondays go a little quicker. I have a grind my gears about adaptive cruise control. It's a great feature on long trips, but it does have extreme annoyances. Even on its closest setting to the car in front, it still leaves..."
That's Audi distance, isn't it? Yeah.
This is very funny, this one, because I've been thinking about this in the
Have you?
Octavia recently.
Oh,
Yeah.
Christ. Oh, okay.
Very similar gears have been ground. Even on its closest setting to the car in front, it still leaves too large of a gap. So when you are stuck behind cars in the overtaking lane, or lane 3,
Lane 3. Come on, get it right.
the people behind me think that I am the one holding them and proceed to undertake me, which is annoying. The particularly aggressive drivers will choose to undertake and cut me off in annoyance, which then causes my car to brake quite quickly, annoying the people behind yet again, because now they think I'm brake checking them. So what are your thoughts on adaptive cruise systems? Do they cause more harm than good? Thanks, Tim.
God, it sounds like you got something to get off your chest here.
Go on, lay it out.
The Octavia adaptive cruise control gap is rather large.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Maybe it's a safety thing because it has to apply
Yeah, it's
to
definitely a safety thing, isn't it?
all European.
What kind of
road
gap are we
laws and
talking
stuff.
about here?
Large.
Like
Huge.
many cars?
Huge.
Even on its like closer setting? It's...
Maybe, I don't know, 4 or 5.
4 cars.
What are they?
Yeah.
Chevrons.
Chevrons.
Chevronet.
Yeah, Chevrones. But adaptive cruise control as a whole, I would say I used to use it more than I do now. I don't know why. I just sometimes don't trust it.
The technology is good, right? Because it's there to stop in case someone stops in front of you.
Yeah, which is great.
But I think using it for adaptive cruises is... Because I had the same. I had a Tiguan or some Volkswagen thing through work that I had to drive for a week. And I was like, oh, adaptive cruise, never used this before. But it was the same. Like, just use like 4-car gap in front of people. And I was like, what the... And like you say, people think you're a prick, for one, because you're leaving this massive gap. And then 2, people just come down the inside lane, that's lane 2. Come down lane 2, and then they come in front of you. And then, of course, the car's like, whoa, where did this car come from, man?
Yeah.
And then, I don't like it.
Yeah.
I think lots of stuff like that, like lane assist and adaptive cruise control. I think
Oh.
it can get
Lane
sketchy
assist is scary.
because it's like having 2 drivers.
Yeah,
it's
Lane
like
assist,
fighting for power. It's
Lane
like that
assist can
scene
get in the bin.
Cat in the Hat.
Yeah.
The same car that I was talking about there, this Volkswagen thing, had the lane assist as well. And it's so weird because it just starts pulling you for no reason.
yeah.
It's not clever enough yet, I don't think.
No.
And then
for
you're
it to be in
fighting
use.
it.
Yeah, and it's so weird fighting against this magical being inside the car, which is trying to drive for me.
It feels like you don't have full control of the car
No.
because the steering loosens and
Yeah,
tightens and stuff,
yeah.
and it's like,
Just try and do you a favour, and you're like, get the
It's
away
so
from me.
strange.
I know what I'm doing.
Hold my beer. But yeah, it's funny because I drive around in that M340D and it's got lane assist. I don't know if it's got adaptive cruise control, actually. I've not actually...
Must do.
It must do, right?
Yeah, it must
For a
do.
62 grand car.
Must
But
do.
whenever I just put cruise control on, it's never adaptive,
Oh,
which I
really?
like. And I haven't
Yeah.
searched out adaptive cruise control.
Yeah.
But driving that and then you drive like a shitbox and you just like move over from lane 2 to lane 1. You're like, oh, no fighting. It's good. I could literally just plough this in a central reservation and it wouldn't care. I'm in control.
It would do nothing about it.
Yeah, it wouldn't. Yeah, it wouldn't care. But yeah, the adaptive cruise control in cars that I've driven, massively annoying. And when there is a gap that I deem to be too small and I think people are going to cut me up, I just power through it
Yeah,
almost. You
same.
just put your foot in the
Yeah,
accelerator
yeah.
and then leave off, and then it'll brake for you a little bit. But I never use it.
What do you
Like-
think of the like emergency stop features that new cars have, where they flash up a big red
Annoying
thing
because
and a beep?
because you know we know what we're doing, and if you're coming up to a car fairly quickly, it like loses its shit. Also, I can't remember what car it was, but like reversing. Sometimes it will see something that isn't even there, even if it's a curb or so, and then it will just slam on anchors, and you're like, "What the f- is behind me?"
Yeah.
And you think you've run something over, and you look, and you're like, "No, the car's just glitched out again." It's really annoying. So
But do you like it that people who perhaps aren't as good at driving have that feature in their cars now?
I don't know, because I think it makes them less involved still in the actual art of driving. I think if they were forced to pay attention a bit more, then they'd become better. But you're not actually allowing them to adapt their skill.
There's no art of driving anymore, is there?
No.
That's gone.
Yeah.
Days are over.
Yeah, it's getting to that kind of stage where people are just getting in their car, switching off.
I quite
I know I have an app.
Yeah. Quick power nap.
Yeah, I quite like the thing you're saying there, where it stops for them if there's an accident. But have you seen the funny videos of when it acts up?
Yeah,
well,
the
they're not
Volvo
obviously
videos.
they're not that funny because it's pretty scary. But yeah, there's always going to be errors with computers now and again.
Yeah.
But I think overall they will make less deaths on the road overall.
yeah.
So I guess they're a good thing.
Yeah.
Like it's when you look at the we guys went to that Peugeot E Legend. Wait, what's it called?
Well, the concept car.
Yeah, the concept
The
car.
507 concept.
The 5 was and they have really, really slim A pillars and really like the bodywork of it is like really slim. It's like they have very few crumple zones, and it's because they're going to be driving themselves, and it's assumed that there will be so few accidents that they can make the whole body lines of it. Do you know what I mean? Like that much slimmer and stuff. Yeah. Which I guess it will get to a point, like you say, where just switch off completely and it's all going to be all right.
But then you've got these self-driving cars, and you've got people still driving around because it's not all going to happen overnight, is it?
No.
It's like going to be chaos.
Yeah.
Isn't it? It's going to be absolute chaos.
You did a video on self-driving cars years ago, didn't you? It was on the motorway.
Yeah, the Tesla.
Yeah, that was a long time ago, wasn't it?
Yeah. About 5 years ago.
Are we any further forward?
Tesla.
I think they were quite
Model
ahead
S.
because they were like concept.
And the Renault Symbios as well, yeah.
But that's not a thing yet, is it? So you were testing that out, say 5 years ago. But are we seeing it on the road now? Are people? I don't know. Maybe people are autopilot in the UK.
Teslas are equipped. I don't think it's legal to use.
Okay.
It's done on levels, isn't it? So when we had it, it was level 2 autonomy, which means you still have to pay full attention to what you're doing.
Right.
You can't just switch off.
Yeah.
But the high you go, I think, goes up to 5. Level 5 is full autonomy.
Yeah. And the Symbios that we were in
4?
was level 4.
Yeah.
And that's when I completely took hands off everything, put a VR mask on, turned around, was watching like some crazy movie. The car was driving itself. Granted, there was a Renault person there on the controls as well. And at one point when we were going through a barrier, a péage,
the cone,
it tried to actually
he had to
drive
take
itself.
over.
And he had
did
to
it?
take over.
Tried to into the road.
I am not ready for this.
Then also they had beacons in the side of the road, so the car knew where it was. So they had set that whole road up beforehand.
So it was,
they had the
It was proper sketchy, wasn't it? Like no one is ready for any of that, and yet Renault's there being like, "Let us do this. If it goes wrong, it goes wrong."
But the Tesla, when we did it, was that 5 years ago now?
Yeah, 5 years
But
ago.
actually, at the time, our minds were blown.
Yeah, massively
when we
blown,
did it.
yeah. And I think at that time it was also legal to take hands off and actually have a conversation. Now it's not, because you have to have like hands on the steering wheel at all time and stuff like that. And recently there was a Tesla crash in which both occupants, I think, died because the car burst in flames and everything. And the car was on full autopilot. And when they did like the investigation afterwards, there was a guy in a passenger seat and a guy in the back seat. So no one was even in the driver's seat.
Oh, really? So one of them moved, or?
Yeah. So the guy in the driver's seat would have moved to the back to show off to his mate in the passenger seat, and they both died.
Jeez.
Yeah. So people are still like trusting autopilot way too much.
I don't trust it.
It's a driver aid.
Driver aid.
It's a driver.
Yeah,
that's all it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because effectively, what the cars like the BMW M340D and Tiguan, whatever else are doing, they're similar, like level 2, because it will still keep you in lane.
And have adaptive.
And adaptive, yeah. But we're not ready. Anyway, let's move it on to a podcast question that's been submitted by Jason. Are we good to go?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Jack, do you want to read it out?
Hi, gang, plus Ethan.
Oh.
Wow.
Yeah.
Jason.
Yeah.
Not a story, but a quick question. Each of you win a 7-figure sum, say 5 million. What is your dream car garage? Love the podcast, Jason.
No one cares, Jason. Let's move on.
All right.
This is a good question.
Yeah, it's very...
5 million.
It's a rubbish
5 mil.
Hang on, because like we all like shite cars, so we spend a lot of time trying to spend 5 million on these cars.
Well, that's the beauty of it. Isn't
Between
it?
the four shit boxes, you can have 50 grand.
Imagine we could fill this whole farm
Yeah.
with shit boxes. We bought a £1 Volvo, so we could buy 5 million of those Volvos. Jesus, imagine. We'd start an army.
Oh my god.
Oh.
I don't think my tastes would change. I'd just have more shit.
Yeah.
Like, I don't
Yeah,
think,
yeah.
I wouldn't necessarily go buying really expensive
You want a
stuff.
bit of
I
land to
might
double
buy
your
something.
cars.
What
Might buy
would
something.
you get? What would you get?
Do you know, I'd quite like a Singer Porsche, actually.
Yeah, I'm with you on that.
Yeah, that's one car.
Is it the DRS? Something?
Yeah, the one that looks like a Stormtrooper, like the really
Yeah,
cool white.
yeah.
It's wicked.
So
that
one
thing.
Singer for you, one Singer for me. What are they, like a 500 a mil, something like that?
I think they're probably a bit north
start
of
at
that.
500.
Yeah,
Oh, it doesn't matter. We'll give them a mil. We'll give you a mil for that because we've got 5 million. All right, so yeah, 2 Singers.
Yeah.
What else?
I think I'd be happy with that.
I'll go for a Fiat Coupe 20 valve turbo.
But that's in shitbox territory. I know it's not. It's the upper end of it, but you see what I mean.
Yeah. So you wouldn't get like, I think I might go for a Lamborghini Huracan Performante.
Oh wow.
That's like the only supercar that I actually really enjoy.
Decent.
Do you cry every day?
Yeah, I would cry every day. Yeah.
Did you know
about
that he cried driving that car?
You cried.
What?
Yeah.
You
That
cried.
little
what?
tear.
Yeah, just a little tear.
Yeah.
Just a little tear. It was so good. Well, I drove
You were
it.
sobbing.
What? I
We-
wasn't sobbing.
We're having a moment like I've made it,
I
guys.
was having proper more. Yeah, yeah.
I'm here crying in my Lamborghini.
Maybe you'll find out what that's like. But I doubt it. When we shut you down, we'll be like, yeah, you want to use some of our footage? Yeah, go for it. And then a week later, strike. Banhammer comes down on you.
No YouTube.
Yeah, I'd go for a Singer, a Lambo, and then just loads of shit boxes.
Yeah.
No, that's
Oh, a Suzuki Jimny. I'd go for a Suzuki Jimny as well.
What, new shape?
Yeah, new shape. Yeah.
one of each.
Yeah, I'd go to town. I'd go
It
to
wouldn't
town.
matter. Yeah,
as
you
well.
can have whatever you want. You've got 5 mil.
Yeah.
Go on, boy.
What are they called? Come back to me.
I think I'd modify cars as well quite a lot. Like put like I don't know, put like a 2J and E36 or something. You know, all that standard.
Yeah, it's
shit
never
that-
been done. No.
I don't care. But I don't
Dare
care
to be
if,
different, Jack.
if there's the least original thing that I've ever said. I'll do that.
This is your dream car. You can have whatever you want.
Yeah,
All right, calm down.
Yeah.
so I'll fight you right now.
All right, kissing fight.
Okay. You always win.
What about you, Danny?
I don't know, to be honest. Well, I don't often dream about cars that much.
You're not really into cars? No.
Not really.
Sorry for wasting your time. It's been a long day for you, then. Hasn't it?
I mean, I'm just trying to think of cars that I'd like, which I don't have. GT3 RS, I said that on the last show.
Yeah.
AMG GTR, the Mercedes.
Really?
They're fast at the ring. Basically, I'm thinking what's fast at the ring that I can't
really?
afford.
Oh, you're thinking, what can I get 8 minutes in?
I'll be doing 7 in that. Yeah. I don't really know. Ethan, you take over. I'll have a think. I thought you might have something ready. Like you're looking at me with them eyes.
It's just a bunch of multiples.
Get multiple, maybe a nice estate.
Oh, a
Maybe I'll get a Kodiak.
Bedford Rascal.
Ooh.
I thought of another one as well.
Yeah. I'd get a van, convert it to a camper, be done with it.
That'd be sick.
Yeah.
Mitsubishi Delica. Yeah.
Yeah.
They are cool.
Yeah.
Like proper off-road camper,
Yeah.
7-seater SUV, banging.
There
That's
we
all
go.
the car you need.
Here we go.
Yeah, here we go.
Now we're
I'd also buy
Delica or Delica?
oh,
Like Toyota.
Delicia.
delicious. Oh, bastard,
I like
delicious.
Delica.
Delicia. And I'd also buy Gareth, the 330D that we did up.
You'd buy it back.
Yeah, that's for sale.
That is for sale.
Yeah. Was it like $7,000 or so?
Yeah, I saw that for sale actually.
Yeah.
It was like 7 grand.
Yeah. Which is a lot of car for the money.
Mm.
Get you some ideas.
I love a 30D, mate.
Yeah. You love a D.
I love a M57. Not so much the D part.
I reckon you could get like 8 minutes in that. I think
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I reckon so.
Well, it's
Buy it back and we'll sort it out.
It's up for sale for you. You can buy it.
You put that car throttle money down and you pay.
Okay, so we can't really help you with 5-figure or
Well, it's helping
7-figure
ourselves. He doesn't really want to know.
So you're not giving a suggestion?
But we're really struggling because we just like shit boxes.
Yeah, but we're just, we said a couple
We're
of
just
singers.
spitballing.
Singers
Sing-
good.
sing,
You say that.
yeah.
Yeah,
Buy all the M3s. You could have them all.
yeah. We could get them all.
yeah, that'd be good.
If you, that's a good shout. Because if you had them all, then you could just like slowly drip feed the
Yeah.
community. Do you know what I mean? You could have a
could make
monopoly
so
on them.
much
You
money.
could make a lot of money.
That'd be a
that way.
shitty thing to do though.
Be right.
That's right up your street. Though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can I use part of this money to make my dream car garage? Because he's actually saying, what is your dream car garage or your dream car garage?
You on about building a garage again? You did this last time.
So actually, I'm, depending on how you look at the grammar here,
Yeah.
I'm going for what is your dream car garage? So I would make
A house with a
a
garage.
house with a little garage on it and
And not have any cars in it.
No, I'll get the multiplier, but then
Yeah.
I'll spend £5 million on this house.
Oh, okay.
I'm building a house.
Get a
That
big
is-
telly.
I have a really big telly. Yeah,
You've got a big telly, right? As is, isn't it?
yeah, I got a big telly.
How
now,
big is
but
it?
65 inch.
65.
Jesus,
Yeah.
fan.
That's too much telly.
How do you get it through door?
God, this YouTube money is just
I know.
gone to your head, isn't it?
Is it
Should we
HD?
move on? Should we move on?
Yeah. It's HD.
Is it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Should we move on?
Sure.
Should we bring it back to cars?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Hey, Jack, do you want to read this one out?
Hi, Alex, Jack, and Jaguar Land Rover.
That's Gareth. He's not here today.
Yeah, he's not here today.
Ah.
Sorry, can't represent. Loving the podcast, guys, and I hope you're all doing well. I'm planning to go to Finland via mainland Europe with a few detours along the way to visit people. So we're looking at a round trip of somewhere that's in the ballpark of 4,000 miles. I'm looking for something ideally below $3,000 that is reliable and has good fuel economy and overtaking ability while cruising on at motorway speeds. So almost certainly a diesel. My partner and I will most likely end up sleeping in it at some point or another while on the road. So I'd also like something decently sized. I'd also like to keep the car as a nice mile muncher and maybe even modify it a bit to be a bit of a torquey diesel weapon after the trip. I've been considering an E46 330D or an E39 525D or a
welcome to the club.
530D
This
Touring.
guy's got it figured out, man.
Yeah? Has he already got? Has he answered his own question?
He's answered it. He knows what it's on about.
Right, move on.
Continue. Yeah,
Ethan, why are you rubbing your eyes?
Because every week it's the same shit.
Let me finish.
But this is him. He's put these in. He's put these in.
Oh,
Mm.
come on.
But good manual examples are a bit hard to find in my price range, and I've heard the auto boxes are a bit crap in them. Any ideas for a fitting car I may not have considered? I'd be tunnel visioned on my above choice. I've been tunnel visioned in my above choices lately. Thanks for reading. Take care, Sab.
Right, go for the auto. Case closed.
Done.
Yeah.
Autos are fine. My auto's been fine.
Yeah, it doesn't sound like you're going to be smashing it around the ring. I think you'd be
No.
all right. Yeah,
I don't know. The auto on my E39 is a bit ropey, I think.
yeah, but
It needs a service though more than
yeah, I
anything,
mean
probably.
that's just it though, isn't it? Like
Yeah.
you're not going to put big power through it. I don't think he's going to really realistically put massive power through it, but they can take plenty.
Yeah.
I would also say throw in the ring a like you were saying, a V70 D5.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, like we've currently got.
Oh,
They
yeah,
sound
plenty of
great.
room.
You
Give him
get
that
plenty of power.
for a quid.
No,
$3,000.
because we're gonna $3,000. Yeah, you can have it as $3,000. Don't tell him.
Oh yeah, I did that completely
tell him
wrong,
it was-
didn't I?
What are
Yeah,
you
good
like?
save there. Yeah. Shit, sorry, $3,000.
Car
Yeah.
Throttle money, man.
But yeah, I do love an E46 330D.
Oh, yeah.
For $3,000, you can get something real nice.
Yeah, you get something tasty, couldn't you?
I mean, he needs a space, though, doesn't he? So he's got on the right track saying he wants a 5 Series. If he's going to sleep in it, he'd probably prefer to sleep in a 5 Series, I think.
Yeah, a bit more space.
Depends if you're a big lad or not. Like if you're my size or Alex's size, then, you know.
I don't.
Well, the
Well, if you-
E39's wider. Yeah, it doesn't matter how long it is.
Do you mean if you're fat or buff? Come on, racing driver to racing driver. We don't put each other down, man. All right. We're cut from the same cloth. Sorry, we're cut from the same cloth. bastards.
Cut from same cloth.
Ah,
But I don't know why he's worried about the auto boxes because you know you're gonna have maybe clutch problems anyway if you get a manual diesel, so
You're always going to have issues.
or a
aren't you?
flywheel problem with
Yeah.
with a manual. So
Do you know what, I'm going to suggest
oh God, here we go.
Saab.
You love repping
That's
Saabs.
Saab 93 out there. I've got it out there.
Yeah,
It's a beauty.
yeah,
It's diesel.
yeah.
Nippy enough.
It is not. It's
It's
shit slow.
No, my one's shit slow. And that's because there's something really wrong with it. After I sorted out the brakes, after I stopped the front brake seizing, it was a lot quicker, actually, which is very peculiar. But that's a good car and it's comfortable.
Yeah.
It gets good miles per gallon. If you put your foot down on it, it will go somewhere eventually.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good.
All
You
right.
get a really good one for $3,000. God, imagine.
Oh, yeah.
We got out on 500
You
quid.
could get 5 of those. Yeah.
I can actually get 6, but
Well, I was going like 600 quid. You know. Yeah, my maths is spit out. I would also say E39 530D. Done. Touring.
Yeah.
Boom.
cool. Let's move on.
Like, what's your suggestion?
Multiply. Or I don't care. Shut up.
Well, I don't.
Shut up.
A railway sleeper.
Yeah.
Nice. I'll give you that one.
Yeah.
Shall we move it on to another story from David or David? Ethan, it's a really long one, so you can read it.
Hi, chaps. Firstly, I wanted to say I've been loving the podcast and the adventures that you guys have been getting up into your YouTube channel. Your various antics have done a lot to help me through my mental health challenges over the last 12 months, so thank you. One day, whilst getting ready to do some fettling on the Swedish beast, I popped out to find the car would not unlock from the fob. No big deal, I thought. Needs a new fob battery, and duly opened the car using the key in the driver's door.
Should we point out that he drives what he drives?
A Volvo? I'm
Saab.
guessing? Saab?
I don't know.
Volvo.
It's a
Volvo
Volvo.
V40.
Ooh, that wasn't in there.
The door opened fine. I jumped in, closed the driver's door behind me, and turned the key in the ignition. Nothing. I went to pull the driver's door handle to find it had steadfastly locked in place. A quick try of the passenger side yielded the same result. I tried pulling the lock on the door upwards, but it wouldn't move. I was stuck.
Oh,
Somehow, I'd managed to get inside the car whilst the deadlocks were still active, and to add insult to injury, all the windows in the Volvo were electric. In a panic, I crawled into the back and tried the rear doors, but these two were deadlocked. The tailgate mechanism was inaccessible, and it seemed I had no option but to call for outside help. But there was a problem. I'd left my phone in the house.
no, he's done himself, hasn't he? Proper here.
So do you think it's deadlocked or something?
Yeah.
Deadlocked, yeah. Christ.
So I had no means of letting anyone know that I was now stuck in my own car with no means of escaping. It was a warm day, and things were rapidly becoming uncomfortable inside. I spent approximately 30 minutes in an increasingly sweltering car, mentally calculating which would be the least expensive piece of glass to break in order to bid my escape.
question.
Yeah,
If you're stuck in a car,
yeah.
what would you do to get out? Do you know what the quickest way is to smash a window?
Head.
Which one?
Give it a bounce, a kiss.
Seatbelt buckle?
Seatbelt buckle. Yeah, you just push it up in the corner and just twist it against the glass, and then the whole thing
That
will
will
shut.
shatter.
really?
Okay.
Yeah. So if any of you ever end up plunging into a lake or something, seatbelt buckle, the metal part, put it in a corner, bang,
And twist it.
Wow.
yeah, twist it or just pop it back, or so it'll pop the glass.
How did you find this out? Did the fireman tell you?
That was a Saturday night.
Oh, really? Wild one.
Well, you saw someone use this technique.
No, I haven't seen it, but I just know that it is a thing. Maybe we should try it on a shitbox.
We should do it.
Yeah, just to prove that it works. But it works because it's such a small surface area and also if you were to get a piece of flint or so and just throw it against it really lightly,
you can do
it'll
that with
smash.
lighters, can't you?
Yeah.
Isn't there something about spark plug being able to? You can.
Oh, yeah.
a spark plug.
Yeah.
I've never tried that.
Just jump out, get the spark plug, and then do it.
Oh yeah, sorry. Yeah.
You've seen people try with sledgehammers to break side windows. It doesn't work. You need a lot of force to break a window.
I've seen the classic American news clip where the guy's trying to demonstrate in a scrapyard. Have you seen this
Yeah,
one?
I've seen this,
Oh,
yeah.
classic. Yeah. Takes some effort to smash a window for sure.
yeah. There's also a viral video of a kid, I don't know where it was,
With his head.
with his head.
Yeah.
He ran into the car about 4 or 5 times with his head.
He doesn't get it.
He
either,
doesn't
does
get
he?
it. No.
He just doesn't get it.
Anyway,
Sorry.
I considered screaming for help, but frankly, breaking glass seemed less humiliating. I get that. Definitely get that. It was at that moment that my salvation seemed to be at hand when I saw my next door neighbour's car approaching down the road. Hooray, I thought. I'd be able to get their attention and call for help. Wrong. The neighbour promptly drove past me down the road and then reappeared 2 minutes later. I drove past again.
Nice.
By now, desperate and increasingly sweaty, I'm ready to smash one of the rear windows. Thankfully, before my boots met the glass, I spotted our local postman coming up the road. As he approached my property, I managed to gain his attention, and he kindly alerted the neighbour on the opposite side to my situation.
I like how he's like, I can see you're in distress, but I've got a job to do. I'll let your neighbour know. I'm not going to get
It's the
involved.
postman code.
Yeah.
I don't want any part of this. My neighbour popped out and tried the doors from the outside, but to no avail. I was still stuck. He didn't have any jump leads to attach to the stricken Volvo, and my leads were inside the car in the boot, rendering them inaccessible. Thankfully, he did know someone else who had some. He called them, they arrived in a van, we popped the bonnet, got the Volvo hooked up, and boom, I was free. The moral of the story? I guess in this case, it's that if you're going to do anything with your car, always keep your phone on you. Whilst my situation was arguably comical, it's not the first time I'd worked in a car without my phone immediately to hand. Ultimately, things can and do go wrong, and it's always a good idea to be in a position where you can raise the alarm and call for help if you need to. Had it not been for the timely arrival of the postman, I'd have no doubt been left with little choice but to smash my way out of the car. Thankfully, I never got trapped in it again. All the best.
Quite a
David.
killer story.
Yeah.
Nice
Wow.
ending.
Trapped in your
It's
own
quite
car.
funny. Locked himself in your own car. How's that possible?
Deadlocks.
Deadlocks.
Deadlock, that sounds
Yeah.
possible.
Yeah,
Tricky.
Okay.
Yeah.
Shit.
They don't call them deadlocks for nothing, you know.
Whoa, they'll get you.
I'll tell you one person who would have really hulked his way out of there. Yes.
Yeah.
Alexander Kirsten.
Yes.
How would
not
you have
used-
fared in there?
I would not have used a boot. I mean, if I can actually see my surroundings, it's not too bad. But if I'm like in an enclosed space and I can't actually see what's going on around me, and if there's no fresh air getting in, then I start to panic.
The boot of the Omega as well. Do you remember when we went to the auction? I've just remembered.
Yeah,
you could see us. You could see your
surroundings.
You could see your surroundings there. You were threatening to smash the window of the car.
Oh
with
yeah,
an
that's
own-
true. Yeah,
to get
a
out.
car that we didn't own.
No, yeah.
Even when we like do little sketches and stuff with the cars, like where I get in the boot, I will always make sure that the rear seats are like folded down slightly, so I can just push out and just be in the car.
It's not like the McLaren 12C like 7 years ago.
No,
We've talked about this before, but should we revisit?
Should we revisit your Royal Mail lorry crash as well?
Yeah, we do that after. But for the podcast, we'll just talk about you getting.
But then after we'll fill Danny in on your little Royal Mail saga. When you left foot braked into.
Don't spread that rumor.
So my story, Dan, you probably don't know. About 7 years ago, borrowed a McLaren MC12-4C, and I was like, I wonder if I can get in a boot. Frunk. It's like, film it, it'll be fun. Got in, and then I just heard it click. I was like,
Uh-oh.
guys, can you
So
just...
hang on, so you got all the way in?
Yeah.
What sort of position were you in?
I was
Fetal.
I was fetal, but like upright, not sideways.
Comfortable then, yeah?
I was, yeah. I was, all right, let me just get up.
Is how he
like,
sleeps.
let's see. Oh, wow.
How he sleeps.
So, yeah, my back was resting against the boot.
Were your knees up against your chest?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
God.
So they can't be that deep, right?
No, they're small. They're very small.
Okay.
So
we were finding out if you would fit in it.
yeah,
And
and
then-
I did. And then the boot closed.
Who closed it, though? Someone must have closed it.
It closed on itself.
It closed on it, yeah.
Oh, this
what I-
magic
that's
boot,
what I
right?
would say. That's what I would say. If I was
This magic boot closed itself.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, Alex.
Yeah,
It's closed.
Yeah. And I was like, this is uncomfortable. And I didn't like claustrophobia to me wasn't a thing. I was like, I don't like this very much. Let me out. I was like, Ethan, can you pop the frunk? And he was like, how do I do it? I was like, just open it, man. Like, I don't care. Just open it. And before we actually got the car, the guy who worked at McLaren said to me, this is how you open the frunk. It's not conventional. It's a slidey thing down there. Did I remember? Did I? No, completely forgot. I wasn't paying attention. I was just too excited to drive a car. So I was stuck there with two idiots trying to open the frunk, and I could just see these fingers like coming in. And I was like, no, come on, guys. I need to get out now. And you know, like when you're in a panic situation, like all the weirdest shit just goes through your head. So I had three scenarios going through my head. The first one, which would have been the best one, was for me, was I'm going to have to just hulk my way out. I don't care that the boot lid is made out of carbon fiber.
Yeah.
I'm
Do you
willing
think
to.
you could have done that?
I think so.
It would have been quite strong, though.
Yeah. Look at me, mate. I could have probably stood upright in it as well. I've just done that.
You're a bit more of a pencil back then, though.
Yeah, I was quite small then. So that was
Sliver out.
that for me was like the best scenario, easiest, quickest.
Yeah.
Second scenario, which
That's your best.
Not just opening it normally.
no, yeah. I mean, I was
Incur a
thinking,
massive amount of damage. That's the best.
I was thinking
scenario.
worst case. Hey, come on, McLaren's a rich company; they'll sort me out. Oh, Alex made a mistake. Don't worry, we'll pay for it. Thanks, guys. So the second thing, which this is like tiered as well, like so
Yeah.
second tier, which was not ideal, but I was preparing for, was for Ethan to drive the car back to Woking some 45 minutes uninsured, take it back to them and say, Alex is in the front, we can't get it open, would you mind? So that was a consideration.
Imagine if people knew as that was happening, that we were driving past, that there's a car like a 12C being driven with a person in the front.
Yeah, trapped.
Because usually when you see a car like that, you're thinking like, wow, look, that guy must be really successful. You, uninsured, screaming inside with Alex in the boot.
Anyway, that brings us on to tier 3.
God tier. What
Yeah,
is
this is God tier. So we were in a car park I've never been to before. I was like, I don't know the area. Could be a bit dodgy. And in my head, I was like scanning around. You know, like in Game of Thrones. I'm the three-eyed raven. Just seeing shit that doesn't exist. And I was like, there could be like some bad people in the car park. What happens if they see Ethan and our other camera guy from many years ago, and they're like, these guys are like 22. Oh, look, there's a McLaren. I quite like the look of that. I'm going to nick it. And they steal the car with me in it, like police chase. All of this shit was going through my head. Like me being joy-ridden. And I was, yeah.
Oh wow.
And I was in there for over 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Long time.
It's a long time. And then Ethan actually saved my life. And then I just remember getting out and just
Were you shivering?
being close to tears.
Yeah. Did you piss yourself?
I could have done anything, but it was horrible. And since then, I've had like not crazy claustrophobia, but if I'm in a tube, and there's like loads of people in it, my heart rate starts
About
to go.
lifts
Lifts.
or elevators? as
No,
you call
lifts
them
I'm all
down
right.
there.
I'll just get in. But if like loads of people start cramming in, then I'll be like, I don't like this very much.
But you don't really do boot sketches anymore on the channel.
That's it. That's it, guys. No more boot sketches.
It's gone too far. It's getting too dangerous.
When we did it in the RS6, I could tell you why not comfortable. when we did that.
I'm just not comfortable.
That's a massive boot.
Yeah, and you know when we did the M4 public transport video,
Yeah.
we rented an Airbnb, and there's an upstairs toilet, which is fine, like small upstairs toilet. I got in, locked it, did my business, and the lock like stopped working. And the window, you couldn't get out the window. It was like frosted glass. And I was in there like messing with the lock. And
I could hear you just like,
We were having a cup of tea downstairs, just having a chat, and Jack went, "Is he stuck?" It just sounded like there were rats in the city.
Yeah.
neither of us jumped up to help.
Yeah, no, thanks. Yeah, I mean, fair. I wouldn't do the same for you. And I was even then, like I could feel my body temperature just rise, like everything was just starting to. And I was
happening
thinking,
again.
yeah. And I was thinking, I'm literally gonna tear this door handle off. Then I'm gonna be even more. Like if I tear a door handle off, I'm really screwed, and it might impact the other side as well. And I was like, just feeling the door. It's like, okay, it's hollow. I could probably run through it.
Oh God.
Yeah. But then the door lock actually opened.
Yeah.
But that door, did you tell him that
I
door
did
lock was
tell
bad?
yeah,
Okay.
I did tell him,
So, Car Throttle Podcast.
yeah.
Welcome.
Don't get into boots.
Don't do
That's
it.
the lesson.
Don't do it. Yeah. I see people do it on YouTube, like for gags. I'm like, how do you do that? Like, it's just crazy.
It has actually scarred you.
It has a little bit. Yeah,
I'm convinced that Ethan knew exactly how to get you out.
yeah,
of
I
the
reckon so as well.
Yeah, I mean, you kind of just tell how the lid closed as well. I don't feel like
Yeah.
I don't feel like you've got the full story.
Well,
Yet.
it wasn't like fully closed, but it was the
Oh,
first
right.
latch, but you could still push it down. But then there
So
would have been.
Are they on like dampers or something? There must be assisted, right, McLaren?
Or was
It won't be like a latch, will it?
Yeah, it's a latch.
Oh, really?
For the front, yeah, it's a latch.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Shall we move on?
Yeah,
I think we've come to the end of this podcast.
we have. Yeah, so that now concludes the Car Throttle Podcast. I hope you've enjoyed listening to other people's stories and us ranting on, and also getting to know a little bit more of Danny DC2. If you have enjoyed it, then make sure you subscribe to us. Follow us on Spotify and Apple Podcasts, all the rest of it. And email us your tales, unpopular opinions, and anything you want to get off your chest. Let us know by emailing carstories@carthrottle.com. As for us, you can find Dan on Instagram. Where to?
Danny DC2.
Yeah,
Yep.
YouTube,
Same again, Danny DC2.
TikTok.
What's that?
Yeah, there we go. It's not quite reached the north.
Yeah.
I'm also Alex.
I'm at Jack W. Joy.
I'm at Ethan Spell, and you can follow Car Throttle at Car Throttle everywhere. And you can go to the shop.carthrottle.com.
Oh, very nice. Before we go, we were going to get King of the One Liner to tell us a joke, but you didn't do your prep work, did you? Do you have a joke? Because I've got a riddle.
I did, yeah. And then you stepped in with a riddle.
Do
and
you
I
have a
thought-
joke then?
Well, no.
yeah. Should we do both?
Let's
Who's
go.
going to do the riddle first?
Oh, riddle first and then joke.
Riddle me this.
Yeah, okay.
I've got to remember if I have one now. Great.
Okay. Ready? What type of running makes you stop?
Sorry for that interference. That's Jack.
Yeah.
What kind
What type of running makes you stop?
of running gear?
Running.
Running gear.
What kind of running makes you stop?
Yeah.
Stop what? I hate riddles.
What kind of running makes you stop?
Running out. If you run out of something, then you have to stop.
Any more?
That's close, all right.
That is close. That is close.
The answer is running out of fuel.
Oh.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, boy.
Nice.
That was a good one. I like that one.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I actually nicked that from Radio 1. Molly something on Radio 1 said it.
Nice.
Yeah.
Good steal.
Yeah, good still. Jack, do you have a joke?
I don't have a joke. Sorry. I'm really sorry, guys. Next time.
Oh, what?
Come on, I thought you had a joke, man.
It threw me off because Alex had a riddle. I didn't prep one.
I'm
Do you have a
disappointed.
joke?
Yeah, you got a
Do you
joke.
have a PC joke?
I don't have any PC jokes.
No. I'm from the north. I'm king of the north. And on that note,
Bastards.
thanks very much. Have a great week. Goodbye, bastards.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Goodbye.